love it.
Oh, that's wonderful. We made it all at the same time. Amazing. Okay.
In other words, you didn't have to wait for me, right?
That's right. It was beautiful. It was
No wall
beautiful.
bumping today.
Yay! That's fabulous. All right, welcome everyone to the news and updates. This is our holy crap 214th episode, and we are so glad to be here with you all as we start out in the beautiful holiday style. We love our holidays.
Absolutely. Thank you, Laurel. Happy December and happy holidays to everyone. We've been bringing you the news you need to know since 2018 from around the AltSpace VR community and beyond.
We do this as members of the community, bringing you the news as we find it about our community and the metaverse. We are not AltSpace VR employees, just passionate community members.
Now, part of the reason that we are here for over 4 years is due to the vision and faith of our amazing producer, Mark. Without his guidance, we'd be walking around with a like somewhere kind of cross between a zombies and fools. And then again, maybe we are.
Maybe we are.
That's what I resemble. Half zombie, half fool.
That's how we feel.
All right. No comments, Rich, with being here. Okay, remember, this is your show as well as ours. If you'd like to join our team, we'd love to have you on board. It's a wonderful way to get advanced training in VR event production and management.
We have plenty of news to share with you, so let's get to it. No drum rolls. I understand. But I'm going to go on anyway. We are so excited about this. Am I excited about this? Our beloved, talented friend and world builder, Shushu, and his film, The Nymphs, won the Cannes World Film Festival for Best Virtual Reality Short Film this past week at Cannes.
This was a major labor of love with Shushu, Nico, Andy, Jose Ferrer, Luminosity Dave, our own Marcia, Danielle Colombo, and many others of the VREM collective. The project was built and filmed in AltSpace VR, and we can't wait for the other festivals and the short film to be broadcast widely.
Now, congrats to Shushu and everyone at VRM. And they also won the Raindance Interactive Best Newcomer for VR Content Game or Movie, as well as other awards. And we expect even more. We are so proud of all of you. So thank you for continuing to inspire us to break the boundaries here in the metaverse. It's just an amazing thing. Congratulations, all.
Oh, I'm beyond words.
That's beautiful.
We'd also like to congratulate AltSpace
Which
VR's
Shushu
creative
just showed up. So,
Oh!
Shushu,
Where is he?
just
Here's the man of the hour. Give him hearts.
There he
Give
is.
him hearts.
Yay! We were just talking about you.
Whoa!
Congrats! I know. Congrats to you and your whole
Come
team.
on in. Take
again.
a walk
Come
across
on.
the front and find your
You deserve
seat.
it. You deserve it. Well done.
Look at that! Look at that award up there on the screen.
Yay! People, friends, get pictures of this so you can send it to them. It's behind us, so we can't do it. Get pictures of this award up here on all these screens. It's a beautiful thing, and send it to Shushu and everybody. It's gorgeous.
And I'll have it
Sure
posted in
is.
one of my worlds too.
Yay! Congrats. All
Okay.
right. Everybody got the pictures? I want to make sure before we change slides. Got pictures? Okay.
That's right.
All right. Next. Lance says he's got some. Great. All right. Next up.
All right. We'd also like to congratulate AltSpace VR's creative writing group for their National Novel Writing Month long adventure to write 50,000 not worlds, 50,000 words in 1 month. Can you imagine 50,000 words in 1 month? Several made it to 50,000, and we are so very, very proud of them.
This was the 5th year the group celebrated NaNoWriMo. Did I do that right, Laurel?
You did it,
AltSpace
NaNoWriMo.
VR.
Yep.
Okay. Meeting daily despite all extenuating circumstances, and there were a lot of them. with our very own Laurel, yay, and the Creative Write-Up Meetup team, yay.
Thanks, everybody.
Yay!
Yay! We did it! We did it! We
We-
survived another year.
Congratulations. Cool. Well, this week we said goodbye to one of our favorite AltSpace VR support staff members, Faye. She is now doing great things with the sister platform Rec Room, and many of us will see her there as well. I wonder if I have a question about AltSpace VR, if I could go to Rec Room and ask her.
Nah, sorry. She can't
I
help.
can't do that. Oh,
Uh,
okay.
Nope.
I just
no,
thought I'd
sorry.
ask.
Okay, little conflict of interest, probably. Anyway, it was an amazing event where community members shared longtime favorite memories and thanked her for her support, help, and friendship. While there were sad moments, it was an event as only the AltSpace VR community can do, one filled with joy and respect, with a ton of fun.
Faye is a longtime fan of news and updates. So thank you. Thank you, Faye, for I'm start crying. Thank you
Yeah,
for
me too.
everything that you did for all of us, Faye. And good luck with this new adventure. I see great things in your future. So thanks, Faye.
I do too. I mean, she's
Mhm.
just wonderful. Just wonderful. Okay, Accenture is in the news again this week, highlighted in the University of St. Thomas News, sharing the story of the university staff experiencing the nth floor of Accenture in the enterprise version of AltSpace VR, where they train over 100,000 new employees and host events and meetings from more than 70 countries, where Accenture has offices to support their 700,000 plus employees.
Our reporters heard this week also from the AltSpace VR team that the support and ticketing service issue is being worked on. I know a lot of people are frustrated with that. Turns out it was more complicated than they thought. They have brought in experts to diagnose and resolve the issue, and hopefully the help and support web pages will be up and running as fast as possible.
Hope so.
Yeah.
Today was a concert performance supported by the bank La Caja Blanca, broadcast from La Rosaleda football stadium in Malaga, Spain, into AltSpace VR for a metaverso immersive experience that combines with the real world experience and includes interaction with the performers. This is part of the Malaga Mobile Week 2022 from December 1st through 4th.
Don't we love how more and more events are blending real world and metaverse experiences?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Absolutely. Yeah.
AltSpace VR was highlighted in another article on digital trends on a list of the reasons that keep the author coming back for more in the metaverse using the Quest Pro, though the list applies to Quest in general.
In addition to AltSpace VR, which he was a huge fan of, VR Chat and other social VR platforms, the author loved the creativity with apps like Gravity Sketch, Shapes XR, I haven't heard of that one, Painting VR, Vermilion, along with productivity apps like Immersed, the Wolfic browser, hadn't heard of that. That was fun to learn about. Virtual Desktop Noda, um, Nanomi, and of course the Beat Saber, and Red Matter. You know, we got to have our games. We got to have our games, right? We got to have that game and fun going on.
True, very true, Laurel.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Tech Republic reported this week that Microsoft Teams is coming to Quest and other VR headsets in the spring of 2023, with AltSpace VR-like avatars integrated and using the use of one avatar in AltSpace VR and Teams. While still in development, it appears to indicate an update for our avatars might also be in the works. Wouldn't that be nice?
Wow.
Mhm.
The announcement was also reported that Microsoft has done intensive research into creating 360-degree 3D photorealistic avatars using a smartphone and such. They admit that the bandwidth for the life-size holographic avatars is too soon for most mobile and VR devices.
Mm-hmm. Years ago, AltSpace VR was one of the first social VR platforms to embrace full body tracking. I remember those days. The Microsoft Kinect was groundbreaking and avatar breaking as well. As we showed recently, it didn't take much to create distorted long arms and legs. The idea was exciting in these pioneering early days, full body tracking avatars.
This week, Sony has announced Mycopy, Mocopi. Sorry, you spelled it out for me there, Laurel. Okay, let me start over again. I've interrupted myself. This week, Sony has announced Mocopi wearables for the metaverse market that fit on headsets, wrists, hips, and ankles to track your body's movement for VR chat, AltSpace VR, and other platforms. They look easy to use and also work with video motion capture, fun for YouTubers.
The 6 different colored motion trackers are priced at almost 50,000 yen, which is about $375 US and $350, well, 350 euros. Reports are that they will be available in January. AltSpace VR is gearing up for the holidays. We have holiday storytelling, holiday worlds, celebrations, parties, socials. It's just too much fun to be in AltSpace VR during the holidays. We have international storytelling and amazing worlds to visit. Keep an eye on the schedule as these are being booked all the time.
We reported on the famous game board designer last week, so it is appropriate that we join Google in honoring Jerry Lawson, the engineer responsible for the invention of the video game cartridge on the occasion of would have been his 82nd birthday. Y'all remember the cartridges?
Oh,
I remember the cartridges.
Yeah.
Yay!
Yes. Honored in a Google Doodle tribute this week. At 13, Lawson earned his amateur radio license and built his own station at home with parts from the local electronic stores. In the 70s, he created an early coin-operated arcade game in his garage called Demolition Derby, one of the earliest microprocessor-driven games.
Moving from Brooklyn to the West Coast, Lawson worked for the gaming division of Fairchild Semiconductor in San Francisco, rising to chief hardware engineer. He developed the ROM cartridge and allowed users to swap out different software on their consoles quickly and easily. Developers loved it as they created libraries of game cartridges. His work is still found in the cartridges of today for the Nintendo Switch.
Oh, in 1982, Black Enterprise magazine dubbed him the father of the video game cartridge. We've shared more information on him in our News and Updates Discord to help all of us remember and pay tribute to those who made all this possible with their innovations.
Yay. Boy, how far this has
Now,
come.
yeah. Now onto the fun stuff. Okay. Fun and interesting stuff that you enjoy. Remember Smell-O-Vision? Well, there may be an interesting scent and taste-filled event coming your way soon.
Oh, indeed. Okay. Well, I'm
don't
trying to do this
know.
seriously, but this is wonderful.
I know.
So, welcome to what some are calling the world's first mixed reality immersive gastronomy experience. It's not the first, but everybody wants to claim being the first. But Aero Banquets RMX is making it a serious find.
Aero Banquets was inspired by the Futurist Cookbook, published in 1932, the famous Italian compendium of surreal recipes and fantastical dinners. Their events are a combination of performance and dining experiences with a food menu created by award-winning chef Shinten Pandaya.
Wow. I'm sorry. Laurel, I'm kind of going back up here and thinking of what we just said about gastronomy.
Gastronomy.
Could that be gas? Like,
It
n-
means food, eating, digestive
know,
system. But
but I'm thinking smells. I'm thinking, oops. Anyway, one leads
I
to
knew this was
another.
a dangerous subject. Because what goes in must come out, but we're not going to talk about that part of it here on the show.
Well, you're
Or
talking
Mark's
about
going to come down and
smells.
smack us. I know
Oh, he's
that
done
gonna
that
come
to me
down.
before. Okay.
I
Okay,
know.
back to
But we're
business.
talking about like the smell of baked bread, the smell of, pumpkin
Okay.
pie. Okay.
Okay.
Those kinds of smells.
Okay. Okay. Registered event attendees are sent a menu that interacts with VR to bring in smells, tastes, and textures into mixed reality. The first event was in 2019, and the project has continued to grow, especially with the pandemic.
Indeed. Now, others have experimented this with various levels of success, including food events right here in Altspace VR, where the food is delivered. Now, this, VR gastronomy thing does not count the snacking we often hear from Karen's microphone on a regular basis. Okay. That is not a
Laurel!
gastronomic, experience. That's you getting into crackers and stuff. You know?
Oh, that's 'cause
That's
I have
not
to
what we're talking about here.
That's because I have to skip so many meals because of VR. That's
I
why.
know. I know.
The next one is going to take some explaining because we don't want to break your brain. Okay. A VR research study has found that time appears to slow down on a crowded train. Yes, Marcia. Yes, you look.
Oh, Marcia's
stunned.
muted. So what
Okay.
does this mean? What does this
Okay,
mean?
so
Oh, sorry.
I don't
what?
understand it. Yeah.
Okay, so in an experiment to test time perception, a Cornell research team used VR to simulate a real world experience of sitting in a rush hour commuter train and evaluated the rider's subjective sense of the passage of time.
Oh, like waiting for the bus in the rain feels like it takes forever when it's only really a couple of minutes.
Or when standing in the long line waiting for the bathroom at a public event,
Ooh.
time passes very slowly and painfully, okay? That's why I love VR. No lines. Just mute when you flush. Or before you flush. Mute before you flush. That's better. Not when, before.
Yes, before. That's
my
really
God.
good advice, Laurel. I love
Yes.
it. There's also the passage of time. There is the passage of time, then there is the reality of time passing. If that makes sense.
It
Uh-huh.
Study participants,
It does. In a
participants
weird
took-
way, it does.
yeah, true. So the study participants took 5 simulated subway trips with a randomly assigned duration with varying crowd levels. They found that the more crowded the train, the longer the participants felt time had passed. If the crowding felt really uncomfortable, they felt like it took even longer.
What a fascinating way to use VR for research. Thanks for sharing that. And Laurel, thanks for sharing that tip. I've heard distinctive flushes right here in Altspace.
It wasn't me. Wasn't me. Wasn't me.
Okay. All right, we're changing the subject now. So now on to some not so fun stuff. Major patches and updates were released recently for Mac, iOS, Android, and Windows. Most of these included serious security updates. Please take time to check your devices, all of them, including your phone and computers, and update.
We are now all interconnected via the internet and web, and that infects. And what infects one tends to spread to others. Okay, I want this to make sense. So I'm going to try one more time. Here we go. We are all now interconnected via the internet and web. So what infects one tends to spread to others. So we appreciate you practicing safe computer sex to protect us all. Okay? 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 All right.
Oh my goodness. Paul, don't shake your head at us. We know we're demented.
Oh, Laurel's going to have
World building news. Mark, save us.
It's Wampus time.
Wait
Uh,
a minute. Okay, for those that didn't get it, because you know she's got that accent thing going on, please. It's the new app Womp with Christmas combined. Womp
Oh,
mass. Not what you think she said. She didn't say the other thing. She said Womp mass. Okay, I just
Womp
want to make sure.
mass.
Okay.
Well, I just said it fast. Wampus, Wampus. Okay. Okay.
You're digging deeper there, Marsha.
I know it.
I know.
I
know.
me.
Okay,
Yes, okay.
okay. Deep breath. Okay. We've mentioned the new real-time 3D model creator, and they've just announced a winter-themed month with special events and gifts, including a snow globe mini contest with a variety of prizes. Check it out at womp.com.
I can't. Sorry, I'm still trying to breathe. Okay, if you've fallen in love with the Womp 3D creator and brought in some models in AltSpace VR, we'd love to hear about it and maybe include some of the examples in our show. So please let us know after the show when I've caught my breath and stop laughing in our news and updates Discord.
Thanks. And now I have to lead in after that. Okay.
Yes, you do. Sorry, I'm gonna shut up for a moment.
Okay, on to some AI news. So Invoke AI has released a new update to their image tool app, which allows greater control and modification of your 2D AI results. Invoke AI in painting or out painting takes 3D art to a whole new level, or maybe we should say layers.
Layers. Okay. Gigapixel AI is offering a free trial of their new paid app that helps you do a single thing very well: increase image resolution up to 600 times. This is pretty hard to do. Most
Uh-huh.
upscaling algorithms don't know how to accurately fill in the missing pixels. So you end up with blocky, low quality results, but not anymore. There are already plugins for your Blender for this and others to improve the focus of your photo-based images and maybe more.
Exciting.
Yeah, very exciting. AI Render is another AI tool that adds stable diffusion to Blender. Released and incorporated into Photoshop, Figma, and Canva, it is now an add-on for Blender that allows you to control the style of the image generated within the Blender interface.
To use it, you need to create a Dream Studio account and copy the API. The account is free and gives you 200 credits for about 200 images, and you may buy more.
What's for those of you out in the lobby? Come on and join us. There's plenty of seats. To once installed, the AI render applies the stable diffusion filter to every rendered image, allowing it for more customization and creative applications. So check it out and let us know how it works for you.
What happened?
With what?
Huh? Who's on first?
What's on
Marsha?
second? I'm here.
You're up. You're up.
Oh, works for you. Works. Blender announced this week Animation 2025 project with the goal of gradually improving and enhancing Blender's rigging and animation tools to provide animators with a robust tool set.
This is so exciting. I am really looking forward to this. They are working first on the rig explainer and the 3D onion skinning and the rigging constraint nodes. And then they're going to be overhauling Blender's armatures, actions, and objects. We've shared the details in our world building channel in our Discord. Get ready. There's some exciting stuff coming on with Blender.
That's awesome, Laurel. And if you really want to push the limits of world building, check out our News and Updates Discord World Building News channel for information on Cesium for Unity. It's an open source plugin that enables real world 3D data in Unity's game engine to generate apps, games, simulations, and worlds with accurate high-resolution 3D geospatial data collected from drones, satellites, and other sources. Sounds like it's right up Dargon's alley.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. Exactly. The plug-in supports mobile platforms and VR, including Quest, Android, Mac OS, Windows, and more, even more platforms coming next year. We're eager to see what you can do with it here in Allspace VR. So let us know if you are experimenting with this new Unity plugin.
Mm. This week, the World Builders meeting will be touring worlds associated with festivals, not just the holidays. So come join us and be inspired to build your own right here in Allspace.
Also, after the show today, speaking of Dargon, he's going to be doing an informal presentation of his new MRE that will provide private zoomed in screens from the web projector mirror. Stick around to the end of the show to join us for a demo preview.
Mm-hmm. All right, now on to some VR hardware. You know we love this. The team from UK Pico Interactive will be here in Altspace on Tuesday and in Engage XR on Wednesday to discuss the new Pico 4 headset and what's in the works with this innovative international headset that has long been used by enterprise customers, and they've just released their first consumer headset. So check it out with the events with Educators in VR this week to learn more.
Educators in VR virtual hardware team has updated their Choosing a VR headset event with new information on upcoming headsets. So check that out on Wednesday.
The sales are rolling in from Black Friday 2022, reached a new record for online sales of over $9 billion in the US. International shoppers added even more. When Cyber Monday broke, that went over to 11 billion.
Hi, sorry. Black
Are you still
Friday.
laughing, Laurel?
You don't want to know. Black Friday began as a shopping event in retail stores in the 70s and 80s, but it was slow to come to the web until COVID-19 made us all we lived and shopped online.
I remember the 90s and even into the 2000s when people would literally line up and camp outside the stores to be first to get in line to save money. It was crazy.
Absolutely crazy. Online sales began almost with the invention of the web as companies set up their e-commerce shops. The only data we can find is from 2005, the year Cyber Monday began. That year, an estimated $26.8 million was spent on shopping online, with over 132 million shoppers. Now we're into billions. Interesting.
Jeez.
With shopping expected to be the biggest part of the metaverse soon, who knows where all this will lead, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
And as a reminder, Steam, Quest, and other VR game stores.
Oh, did we lose
Weeks.
Marcia?
No,
Oh, there you
There
are.
are also
Okay, it's me.
still discounts. What? What?
We either lost you or I
glitched out
lost
for a
you.
second. Your audio.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
We lost your audio. Want to start again?
Oh, okay. Can you hear me?
Yep.
Yes.
Now we can.
Mark must have shut me up. Okay, I'll start again. As a reminder, Steam, Quest, and other VR game stores are continuing their Cyber Monday and winter sales for the next few weeks. There are also still discounts and sales on VR accessories on Amazon, Best Buy, and other stores. Check them out for the best discounts now, or take your chances and wait until after the Christmas sales.
Never know.
Last week, Darren mentioned that he was a fan of the HyperX Cloud 2 gaming headset for 2D use. And we assume he puts it over his headset straps as well. He shared a link in our Discord, but here is more information.
Well, 2D users in AltSpace VR are required to have some form of headphones. I love this one. Or screw in earbuds
Mhm.
to ensure a good audio experience with no echoes. An over the ears gaming headset is highly recommended. We also recommend a metal headband, as the plastic ones rarely hold up to constant usage.
I can testify to that.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh. The HyperX Cloud 2 has comfortable memory foam ear pads and a durable aluminum frame. It features a unique detachable microphone, so it can just be a headset to listen to tunes. There are several versions and colors out there, and it ranges in price from 60 to 130. And thanks to Darren and Matthew, who also has one, they recommended I buy one, and it's really a great headset.
I
Mhm.
think I'll get one and make sure it's purple. Thanks, Darren, for the recommendations. Love them.
Uh,
Okay. Okay, on to some metaverse news. If we can shut up Laurel here. So
That'd be good.
we rarely cover US Supreme Court news, but the court has just accepted a case that could impact us here in AltSpace as well as throughout the metaverse.
One of the things that we love so much about events in AltSpace VR are the parodies and the satires, right? We love those. We love making fun of things and enjoying the craziness of all of it. The act of parody and satire has been protected in the U.S. First Amendment since its beginning, allowing comedians, writers, performers, and artists to push the limits of free speech.
We've shared the details for you to review in our news and updates Discord in the News You Can Use channel. But here's a summary of the case.
The U.S. Supreme Court has accepted a case that involves a dog chew toy made to resemble a Jack Daniels whiskey bottle. When Jack Daniels took him to court, the company defended the toy as protected speech under the protection of parodies and satire. Now, Jack Daniels wants the courts to declare such parodies trademark violations.
Here is how it may impact us. Say you want to create a Wheel of Fortune event. We know you cannot call it Wheel of Fortune because that is trademarked. But if you could call it Spin of Fate or Wheel of Words and have fun with it within the narrow definition of parody, think about all the memes and editorial cartoons impacted by this.
If the Supreme Court rules that the use of the Jack Daniels brand on a dog toy is a violation of their trademark and not protected under the First Amendment honoring freedom of speech, that event title and possibly even the event itself could be seen as a trademark violation instead of the good fun intended.
We've had this happen before in AltSpace VR and around the metaverse, especially with Disney and companies in countries that with strict freedom of speech rules. Don't think the lawyers aren't paying attention. We'll be watching the courts, and so should you.
Mm-hmm. All right, Discord. This week, Discord announced a new font and other updates to our favorite communications app. The font is called GG Sans with the lowercase g's, an ode to their naming origins when Discord started out, spelled lowercase, to showcase their humble start.
The font changed on December 1st and was immediately followed with instructions on how to change the font back to the previous font. For the most part, the font isn't bad and is a slight change from the previous version, but it bothered some people.
To change it back to the old font, which was called Whitney, there's no official way. However, if you know a little web programming, a solution was posted on Reddit, and we've shared it in our news and updates Discord.
In fact, check out our news and updates Discord for more information and consider sharing your news tips and events with us. We may share them right here.
Before we get into some AltSpace VR event highlights for this week, news is out that Mozilla Hubs announced that it's charging $20 a month to host meetings in Mozilla's mini metaverse for access to account management tools for privacy and security features for creating your own hub branded homepage and event worlds.
So free since Hubs opened, this additional subscriptions tiers are in the works with no word on what's going to happen to the free version yet.
I'm sorry, but this reminds me of the airlines when they were deregulated and one airline started charging extra for luggage. They didn't have to, but it was free money. So now all the airlines charge for luggage. Is AltSpace VR going to do the same?
We don't know, but we do know this. Right now, AltSpace VR is free for all the world building and event hosting that you want to do. At least it has been since 2016. Hubs is great, but the powerful features and tools that we have in AltSpace VR are not found anywhere else in the metaverse. So take advantage of this utopia we're in right now and have fun with it.
Mhm. The holiday storytelling events are being booked and filling up AltSpace VR with stories from around the globe, as well as many religious services. It's a great opportunity to bring friends and families into AltSpace VR to enjoy some great holiday joy. Keep an eye on the calendar.
Mhm.
The Humanism Meetup is tomorrow and features a topic that is actually very important and fascinating. It's titled, What My Microbiome Means to Me. Science has discovered that our gut microbes have powerful influences on our brains. What you eat and what lives inside you actually influences your thinking more than you think.
Oh, yeah, you are so right. And that's actually really clever. This is a great opportunity to explore the power of the microbiome from the humanist perspective. So don't miss it because those microbes in there, they do a lot more than people think they are.
That's so true, Laurel. They've been doing a
Mhm.
lot of research on that lately. So, Center Stage is tomorrow and is starting the season with holiday songs and stories in preparation for the holidays. Join it to sing along or maybe take to the stage yourself.
Mm.
Hmm, great one. Sunday is another Alexander Hamilton live event with the amazing Scott McScott. Longtime professional Alexander Hamilton impersonator and tour guide, he will be sharing anecdotes from Hamilton's days at King's College and Montaneg's. Am I saying that right?
Yes, yes. Close enough.
Montaneg's Tavern, including running down Broadway to steal cannons. It's
I love it.
running. Does that mean they're running down there to steal them or
No, no,
they're
it
steal
means that he's
cannons?
telling stories about when Alexander Hamilton was involved with a war and stuff, and he ran down the street to steal cannons from the enemy.
Gotcha. Gotcha.
Oh,
Okay.
wow.
That's interesting. It's a
Yes.
highly interactive event that is edutainment at its finest. And he's back for Money Monday as well to learn more about the great former treasurer of the United States. Who
It's a
better to
great
talk
event.
about money?
Oh,
Very
yes.
true. The Educators in VR's VR Introduction Training Workshop is Tuesday, which will introduce new users on how to use their VR headsets and 2D laptops and desktops. If you're new to either, come join us for this fun lesson. We feel it's important to learn both ways so you always have a backup. I was in an
Mhm.
event right before news and updates. My headset died and I had to immediately come back in 2D. So we really do need that backup.
Yeah, it's honestly, it's awesome. Group, the group called Group is having a mental health check-in session on Tuesday to help support those who need it. The group serves a wide range of neurodiverse folks as well as those who are stressed. The holidays are a big stressor on all of this. So this is a great way to check in and find some support. Remember, it's not a professional therapy group, but a support group. We love these.
Mhm. Wednesday, the Aviation and Flight Simulator meetup is on, and it welcomes everyone to learn more about the Microsoft Flight Simulator, air traffic control simulators, and even discuss the new flight attendant VR training simulator. That should be interesting. They're going to learn how to
Mhm.
deal with crazy and drunk passengers and who knows what.
Well, yeah, that and also water landings and crash landings and things like that. How do
Mm.
they prepare and do that? And
That's
Wow.
water
out.
landings are fascinating.
Oh,
Woo!
that's going to be wonderful. That's going to make our sky safer ultimately.
Hmm.
And when is
So,
that?
that is on Wednesday.
Wednesday, they're going to be talking about all the possibility of these things.
All
So
right.
if
Mhm.
you're considering a VR flight simulator for the holidays as a gift to yourself and or your family, check this event out on Wednesday.
Mhm.
It's another full moon. Dance party at Stonehenge with the pagans in VR. They always throw a great party. Join the fun on Wednesday.
On Thursday, Simulation Nation is revisiting the old Avatar film and talking about the new Avatar film called The Way of Water. We're really excited about it, as you should be. So check it out. I think the Avatar 1 movie is playing in theaters right now.
Oh, how cool!
Wait a
Yeah,
That
minute.
sounds
You,
appropriate.
is that the when you say Avatar 1, do you mean the original or the
the
Mhm.
original.
The original.
Which
the original?
which I'd like to go see again in the theater before I see the Avatar 2 one. I don't know if
Just
it's
Oh,
mapped
mask
out
yeah.
in
Just
Yeah,
space.
mask
that'd be
up.
good.
Cool.
Yeah.
Okay. Thursday also brings us Gordon Campbell with an intimate performance of his debut album, Conversations. It will be streamed live from the historical East West studios, and you will have an opportunity to talk to the artist to ask questions.
Oh, I just
Friday.
hold on a second. So
Okay.
when Mark, our brilliant producer, said
I
that in the
saw that.
UK that Avatar 1 will be available on Disney Plus.
Oh, wow. But not here, not in
Ah,
the US.
He doesn't know, at least in the UK.
Oh,
So if you have a Disney Plus
okay.
account, check and let us know. All
Oh,
right.
cool. Okay, so Friday is the ancient Roman Saturnalia festival and the beautiful night version of Lita's Athens Agora Marketplace. Come and play games and discover ancient recipes and learn about this Greek tradition that became the basis for so many of our modern holiday traditions.
Oh, it's one of my favorite. I love that
oh, I know.
event.
Yeah. So many things to do in AllSpace VR. So get out the calendar and start planning your schedule. Make sure you RSVP or mark interested for the events you wish to attend. And AllSpace VR will send an email an hour before the event begins so you won't miss it.
All right, it's that time.
Drum roll,
drum roll.
please. It's time for our discussion where you guys get a chance to have your say, share your news, your thoughts and opinions, and let us know what you're doing here in our AltSpace VR community.
Well,
Marsha?
we've been highlighting some of the amazing web-based apps and AI tools for world building and looking forward to the improvements in world building tools and features next year, which begs the question, where do you find and get your world building goodies?
You
Mm.
get your world building assets and templates from Unity, CG Trader, TurboSquid, Sketchfab, or other sources.
Or do you build them yourself? Are you using Blender,
Ooh,
SketchUp, WOMP, or other tools? We'd love to hear from you about where you find your world building goodies and what tools do you use to build. We're all here to learn. So hit that raise hand button in the lower right hand corner, and we would love to know more. All right, Karen, who's
Okay.
up?
We have already Lance. I knew Lance was gonna, I knew he
Of
was
There
gonna
you
course.
raise his
go.
hand right
I'm
away.
always the first one.
Because you know where the
Because I'm
button
gonna
is.
beat everybody without even
Yep.
trying. All right, so mostly where I've been getting my goodies, as most of everyone knows, is I make it myself in Blender.
Mm-hmm.
But there is the occasional that I find a material that isn't free, and if I have something like a little bit of money, then I'll get it. But most of the time, I am creating it myself, and literally as we were talking right here, I literally am creating a what I call my rainbow Christmas tree, and it's gonna be special because I want all my friends to send me photos, and I want to make little ornaments and put them actually on the Christmas tree. So is what my
Oh,
plan is.
Oh,
that's awesome,
fabulous.
Oh,
Lance.
That's
fabulous.
wonderful.
Yes. Oh, I
That's
That's
my
can't wait
plan
for
right
that.
now.
Thanks,
The
Lance, for sharing that.
Yeah, and I just so this is a great segue. I just heard from Ancient, I won't say it, who says so like Lance, but different from Lance. Lance builds his own things in Blender. Well, Ancient, I won't say just builds his own on his own. He builds the tools to build the tools. So
Yes.
he does it all. So love that. I love that. And as a reminder, let's not forget that Ancient, I would say, brought the first earthquake in the metaverse.
I
He
know.
built the first
Yes.
earthquake
It's so
machine here. It is
exciting.
so
Oh.
wonderful. Years and years ago. So yep, he does his own goodies. I love it. Thank you, Ancient.
It
All
really
right,
feels
who's
like
up
you're in an
next?
earthquake too. Nico, you
It
are
does.
up next.
Yay, Nico.
Yay, Nico.
Hey, yeah, I'm starting like last weeks. I played around with some custom shaders and just AI generate a lot of images, tileable images, and put them in my gallery. And some of these elements I'm just uploading as kits for world building, like the Halloween ghost shader, or now I did the new one with Christmas images. I think it's like a really cool way to build assets just by AI generating everything.
Yes,
Cool.
we've some of us have been to Nico's shader worlds, and they are absolutely
brilliant.
awesome. We just literally get lost in there. If you guys haven't seen them, you have to go. Thank you,
And a lot-
Nico.
And a lot of people used his Halloween ghostly shaders because that was crazy good.
Yes. Okay, Dargon, you're up next.
Hey, so I do a little bit of the above, actually, all of the above, actually. You know, I've used Blender, I've written shaders, I've gotten things from all the asset stores. But the thing I'm doing that's a bit new, as Kara knows especially, I've been playing around with the AI image generators. And I've started playing around with generating textures there. Midjourney in particular really makes that easy to make a texture that tiles. And then actually starting from that and creating a PBR texture out of that, I've been experimenting with that. That's working out pretty well. I've been happy with it.
He made a hag out of me, an old hag.
I'm not, boy, that is a hole I'm not going to walk through. I'm not going to say anything about that. Not gonna. It's like,
I'll share the photo with anybody who's interested.
Oh,
Oh, sure.
all of us are.
Why do I
So
always?
we got a whole
I-
Discord posted
Oh.
there. If Karen will allow it.
No, every time I open my mouth, it comes back to bite me. So
Okay, Lance,
Oh.
I want you to do that on your next project, next idea. We're going to get a picture of that visual right there. Oh my God, that's too funny. I
Oh.
love it. I love it. Well,
Oh.
Dargon, are there any add-ons that you're using with Unity, with Blender, anything to that besides the AI stuff? Is there anything special that you're using?
In terms of Unity, there are not a lot of add-ons right now that I'm using. I have purchased and done a little bit with terrain generator, specifically for mountains. And then, been doing some with that. But in terms of Unity add-ons, that not at the moment. I've been focusing more on MREs recently, as you know. So.
People don't understand terrain is tough. If you're starting out and you don't have all those skills, making terrain, especially mountains and all the little crevices and all those little bits and stuff, that is harder than it appears. So if you haven't played with one of the terrain generators, check those out. They're very cool. They offered them with the Ukraine package, the Ukraine bundle with Unity not long ago. And boy, that is a little lifesaver. So love that. Cool. Y'all are so
Oh.
talented. You're doing great things.
Yes, he is. Crazy things too, I might add. Okay. Thank you, Dargon, for sharing. Okay, who is anybody else want to share what they're doing with their resources, their assets and templates, where they get their assets and templates from? Kurt, you want to share anything? You've done some cool stuff. Okay, Kurt, let me. Okay. All right, Kurt, you are on air.
You can hear me now, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Hey. Yeah, so yeah, going through the sketch fabs, going through whatever else I can find objects, and then I'm trying to get into Blender to do my own, but it's a lot more complicated than I expected. So I hope to learn Blender better so I can make my own too. But yeah, I've had great luck with what I've gotten from Sketchfab though, and customizing stuff, and great.
Fabulous. Fabulous. Now, Sam, you're here too. Sam Wise is here, another great world builder
Yes.
and MRE maker, and Lucy's here. And how about you? How about y'all?
Yeah, raise your hand, you guys. We want to hear what you're doing, what you've done.
Sam
Okay,
must
Sam?
have something new coming up.
He
Yeah.
does. Tell us, Sam.
Hello, how's everyone doing?
Hey.
Hey.
Hey,
Doing great.
yeah, I'm doing the basic stuff. You know, when you think of something you need, you go out to Sketchfab and try and find it. The one thing I did realize that I don't know if it works 100% all the time, but most people you usually export from Blender and then import into Unity, but you can literally import a Blender file. So you don't have to do the export. You can just import a .blend file. And I think I've seen this work. If you go back in and fix it or change it in Blender, it'll update in Unity,
Ooh.
which makes it a little more seamless, especially if you're just wanting to get an object going. yeah.
Oh, we
Oh,
need
he should share that in Discord.
Yeah, we need some step-by-step instructions, and we'll share that next week. I love it.
Yeah.
I'm just
Wonderful.
noodling around with
Yeah.
MREs. Yeah.
We love your noodling. Oops, I
Yes.
shouldn't have said that. That sounded better in my head. That sounded much better
Everywhere
in my
you
head.
go,
I'm
you
sorry.
see some of Sam
It sounds
Wise's
fine to
noodling.
me. So noodle away.
All right, please do. I love it. I love it.
Okay, anybody else?
Dave, I know you. Dave Turner, I know, does some really cool stuff.
Mhm.
What else? We have time for one more.
Come on, you guys. Last chance. Don't be shy. I've already laid it all out by mentioning my old hag photo that Dargon did. So there, okay, here's Lucy. Okay, Lucy, you are on air.
Hello. Okay. Yes. Here's my goodies for builder. I use my favorite website is Turbo Squid, but
Yeah.
sometimes I got the template from there, but I import to Blender and then change everything I want. If I want to remove trees and I want to put another house or I want to put a path or something, I just use Blender and modify everything, and then I bring it to Unity and build it and change colors or textures or anything. But it's a good, very good website. I like it a lot. Turbo Squid is the best one.
Wonderful. Yeah,
For
Turbo
me.
Squid is
Yes.
awesome. Excellent.
Yes.
Yeah, there's some real
Thank
creative
you.
stuff in there. I love it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Lucy. Do we have time for Dave? One more?
One more. Yep.
Okay, all right.
We'll always make
Dave?
time for Dave.
Okay, you're up, Dave.
Hi. Yeah, I don't really create much in the way of tools or assets myself. I steal a lot. I steal things from Dargon and Samwise and Nico and just about everybody in the back row there. I've stolen something from them, but I use shaders.
And they love it.
And
And they love it.
and they love it. So I'm learning how to modify some of Samwise's MREs, for instance. I use Mason's and Grugier's mirrors, cameras. So I steal a lot of things, and I think that's a great resource in alt space.
It's shared. It's shared.
Yeah, all
Yeah.
part
Oh,
of the
yeah, that's
shared
what I meant.
paradigm.
It's
That's what I
shared.
meant.
That's
what he
you
meant.
Yeah. I love it. Oh, that's beautiful. And
Uh,
that's part of what the magic of the Altspace community is, that we do share so much. We love that developers are setting up Patreon accounts, and they're finding ways to pay for what they do. But we also love the gift of sharing. It's just we have
Mhm.
such a loving sharing community. So
That's for sure.
wonderful. Speaking of sharing, our illustrious producer found that yes, Avatar was released for a 2-week run in September, but it looks like it may be still available again as it leads up to the movie. So do check. It's local to you where the old Avatar movie is, the first one. But yes, it is going to be on Disney Plus, and it looks like it's global. If you have the Disney Plus account, then it's likely that you're going to be able to see the Avatar film as well. So get ready for that and get warmed up, because it's that time. I just love that.
Yes.
It's and seeing it in 3D. I literally ducked when they walk through a branch. It was just wonderful. I was already in VR, but it was like, oh yeah. I love it. So I want to thank all of you for this week's news and updates. Remember, immediately after the show, Dargon is going to take us to see his new MRE. So he's going to throw a portal to that, take us. So get ready for that. Thank you for joining us here every week and for celebrating over 4 years of news and updates every Saturday.
We do this for you free to help you better be informed. We are volunteers, not Altspace VR employees.
Remember, you can also watch the live stream on YouTube and Twitch every week, or catch up with past episodes and more about Altspace VR events, projects, news, and community activities, as well as in our News and Updates Discord.
A holiday is a time to be thankful as well as giving. We bring you this show every Saturday as our thanks for our community. We hope you will give back this year by joining our volunteer team of reporters, moderators, and filmers, and other support positions to help us continue with our 5th year bringing you news you need to know.
Thank you for being here every week. Don't forget to take a moment this season to thank the Altspace VR staff and each other for the wonderful support, the fun tools, kits, and templates, etc., and all the magic that we love in our Altspace VR community. It's a special place.
It sure is. Thank you to everybody, to all of our friends and community members. We're with you, especially during this holiday season. You're not alone. Stand tough, stand up, and most of all, in these uncertain times, please be safe wherever you are in the world.
Yay!
Love you guys.
Yay!
Love you
We
too.
love you
Thanks,
all.
Karen. Thank you,
Hey,
Marsha. Thank
Thank
you, everybody.
Marsha,
Thanks,
Mark.
Mark.
All
Yay!
our moderators, our audience, our faithful